So the general usage of LambdaML is as follows. First, partition the trained dataset and upload the dataset partition to an S3 bucket. The second step, create a trigger Lambda function and an execution Lambda function. Then in the trigger function, we set configurations such as dataset location and hyperparameters such as learning rates. Then we set VPC and security group for both the trigger function and the execution function. After setup, we execute the trigger function, and the trigger function will trigger several execution functions to do the real training job. After the execution, we can see the logs in AWS CloudWatch. So this is the general routine, and I will take S3 as an example and show how to train machine models using LambdaML. So we create two functions. This is the trigger function, and this is the execution function. So in the trigger function, after you upload the code of LambdaML, you can see the code structure at the left panel, and we provide several ready-to-use scripts here. And here, this one is the trigger function for training linear models using S3. You set the name of the execution function here, and then set the location of the dataset, which is data bucket. And you can set the dataset type. We support both dense dataset type and sparse dataset type. And we need two actual S3 bucket to do the communication. The temp bucket is used to store temporary files and objects, and the merge bucket is used to store the merged models or parameters. And we support different models such as logistic regression, SVM, and their sparse versions. For optimization algorithm, we support gradient average, mode average, and ADMM. In terms of synchronization, we implement reduce scatter and asynchronous. And you can set other hyperparameters here, including learning rate, base size, the running apples. And we create a payload and put all the configurations and hyperparameters in the payload. And then here we invoke several execution functions, and for each execution function we set an index and the corresponding file. So make sure that the file does exist in the trigger bucket. Okay, so this is the trigger function, and this is the execution function. So in general, you don't need to change the code of the execution function. Just need to set the handle of this Lambda function as the script that we are using. And also we need to set the handler for the trigger function here. Okay, this is the trigger function. Okay, so after the setup, we can run the trigger function, and and see the logs in the CloudWatch. For example, this is the one example log. Okay. Okay, here's the log for the running job. And during training, you can see the loss and accuracy in the log. Okay, so this is the tutorial for using LambdaML using S3 as the external storage.